Okay, I'm going to get a little personal here and talk about how my dad's estate plan failed our family and how the same could happen to your family if you're not careful. For your family's sake, I wouldn't miss this. Hey guys, Elliott Feldman here, estate planning attorney at the Elliott Feldman Law Group, where we create estate plans that actually work when your loved ones need it most. If you ever have any questions about this topic or need to talk about your estate planning needs, you can schedule a time to talk with me over the phone for free by going to myestatemeeting.com. Okay, let's talk about how my dad's estate plan failed our family and how the same can happen to your family if you're not careful. You see, my father wanted to make sure my mom and I would be well taken care of and that we would stay out of probate court and out of conflict if anything were to happen to him. So he sought out a very well-known estate planning lawyer in town to help create his estate plan, and this lawyer had a great reputation, worked at a top firm, had decades of estate planning experience, so everything was going to work out just fine. Well, years later, when my dad died unexpectedly in his late 40s, I was only 7 at the time, and my mom still had to go through 2 years and 9+ months of probate court and had to pay her probate attorney $55,000 by the end of it. Now, years later, when I went to law school and my mom was talking about my dad's estate plan, I was confused because my dad's estate plan had a trust, and a trust is supposed to prevent your loved ones from having to go to probate. But that's when I found out that my dad never transferred his assets into his trust to make sure it worked correctly, and neither did his estate planning lawyer. The same estate planning lawyer with decades of experience and a great reputation, yes, his own estate planning lawyer, did not make sure his assets were transferred properly into his trust. And after the plan was done, that lawyer never kept in contact with my dad throughout his life to review his estate plan, to make necessary updates and changes required to ensure the plan was keeping pace with those changes and would actually work for my mom and I. Now, I thought for sure this had to be malpractice, but after being in this industry and hearing from other estate planning lawyers how they do things, I found out that this was not malpractice at all. This was common practice. These traditional estate planning law firms were putting in place one-size-fits-all documents that would not work when their families needed them to. I mean, we're talking about form documents here. No updating of the documents or regular communication with the client once the plan was done to ensure that the documents were keeping pace with the changes occurring throughout the life of the client. No inventory was taken of the client's assets to make sure that all assets could be found by the family after the death or incapacity of a loved one, to make sure that assets literally would not go lost and end up in the Ohio Department of Unclaimed Funds. Like in my father's case, these traditional estate planning firms were not ensuring that assets were titled properly and transferred into the trust to make sure the plan would actually work to keep the family out of court and out of conflict. And on top of that, unfortunately, many of these estate plans attorneys are putting in place for families with minor kids have huge holes in them that leave the kids at risk of being taken out of the home and placed into the care of strangers at Child Protective Services while the family's will and named guardians are being located. So when I became an estate planning attorney, I made a commitment to never let my clients suffer what my own family suffered, and to create something truly meaningful for my clients in the form of estate plans that would actually work when their families needed it to, and to provide a process that would support my clients to not just plan for death, but to gain true peace of mind and to become better parents, better business owners, and better citizens of the community as well. And if that message resonates with you and that sounds like the kind of planning you would like to have for your own family, or you're just curious to learn about what is possible for your family's legal planning, then you're more than welcome to schedule a quick 15-minute call with me by going to myestatemeeting.com. That's myestatemeeting.com. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell next to it to be notified for new videos I post each week. And if you like it, then please hit the like button. And if you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you have a question or comment, please leave it. And if you ever have any questions about this topic or need to talk about your estate planning needs, you can schedule a time to talk with me over the phone for free by going to myestatemeeting.com. That's myestatemeeting.com. Again, this is Elliott Feldman, estate planning attorney at the Elliott Feldman Law Group, where we create estate plans that actually work when your loved ones need it most. Take care.